Hello everyone, this is your host, Nicholas Armstrong speaking. In this first episode of my podcast, I'm going to be talking about how climate change affects the weather. Examples include tsunamis, typhoons, hurricanes, monsoons, thunderstorms, and more. That's a little broad, so I'm going to separate this episode into different parts. I will continue this podcast for several episodes if enough people enjoy my podcast. In the first part specifically, we're going to talk about how climate change affects thunderstorms and tornadoes. So what is it? A thunderstorm, also known as an electrical storm, lightning storm, T-storm, or TSTM, is a storm that contains the presence of lightning, has an auditory effect known as thunder. Thunderstorms that are relatively ineffective are called thunder showers. They occur in a cumulonimbus cloud, and they often carry them strong winds, torrential rain, and sometimes snow, sleet, or hail, but a thunderstorm can produce little to no precipitation whatsoever. Before I get to the different types of weather thunderstorms can cause, thunderstorms can increase pollen count during the spring and can cause an asthma attack if you already have asthma. Moving on, according to the Government of Canada, thunderstorms can cause lightning, high winds, hail, torrential rains, and more. But I forgot to mention that a tornado or multiple tornadoes can occur. Here are some tips to stay safe during a tornado. I'm also going to clear up a few misconceptions. Firstly, looks can be deceiving. A tornado may appear to be standing still even though it is moving towards you. Do not chase tornadoes. Do not chase them, as they are unpredictable. Get as close to the ground as possible and protect your head from falling debris. You're better off breaking your hands than getting a deadly concussion. Secondly, in your house, you should go to the basement and take shelter under a heavy table or desk. Always, and I repeat, always stay away from windows, outside walls, and doors. Now for the misconceptions. Firstly, while strong tornadoes do indeed cause a large drop in atmospheric pressure, it is unlikely that it would be enough to make your house explode. Secondly, contrary to popular beliefs, the northeastern part of a structure is not the least safe place to go during a tornado, and it doesn't need to be avoided when looking for shelter from a tornado. The misconception is stemmed from two other misconceptions. Firstly, tornadoes do not always travel in a northeasterly direction. And secondly, debris will not be carried away in the direction of the tornado's propagation. Green skies are often linked with tornadoes in folklore, and although this phenomenon can indeed be associated with severe weather, there is no evidence that it is associated specifically with tornadoes. One of the most dangerous misconceptions about tornadoes is that highway overpasses provide sufficient shelter from a tornado. However, despite a viral video, this is not the case. Said tornado was weak and did not directly strike the overpass. In a tornado outbreak in 1999 in Oklahoma, not only were highway passes directly struck, but each location had deaths and serious injuries occur. Tornado winds are actually accelerated in an overpass due to the reduction in liquid pressure. With all that said, what causes a tornado and what causes a thunderstorm? Firstly, a tornado is caused by sufficient, usually warm and humid conditions in the lower atmosphere and a wind shear present in the lower atmosphere. Yikes. Secondly, thunderstorms are Technically, thunderstorms are caused by exactly the same thing as rain. When frozen ice pebbles falling, and then melting to become rain, and this creates an updraft, which sends pebbles back into the cloud, to then fall again and repeat. But there's a difference with a thunderstorm. The changes in the movement of the precipitation in a thunderstorm compared to that of a regular thunderstorm cause collisions to occur, and these collisions cause the ice crystals to positively charge with the negatively charged dropper. This creates an imbalance in charges, causing lightning to occur. Specifically, it causes the upper part to become positively charged and the middle part to become negatively charged. Yikes indeed. Lightning is 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun, but there's a trick to finding out how safe you are. Count the thunder sound and divide by 5. This way you know exactly how close the lightning is. For example, for contrast, 5 seconds is 1 mile, 15 seconds is 3 miles, and 0 seconds is extremely close. Here's the good news. Getting struck by lightning in any situation is extremely rare, and it's an approximately a 1 in 12,000 chance. And of the approximately 500 people that are struck by lightning yearly, 90% of people survive. So you're way more likely to just get confused and shocked than actually die from a lightning strike, but it hurts, trust me. Also, you have a 1 in 161,856 chance of dying from a lightning strike, but it can happen. Here's how to protect yourself from a lightning strike, and the warning signs that can happen with it. Firstly, your hair will literally stand on end because of the positive charges, and then you'll hear crackling, hissing, or buzzing. To protect yourself, get into the falling position. Crouch down crouch down low like a basketball catcher, and get as low as you can. The lower you are the nearer you are to the ground, the better. But never lie down. If your hair begins to stand, like I mentioned, or your skin starts to tingle, immediately get into a crouching position as a strike is forthcoming, where lightning may still strike without this happening and without warning. Place your hands over your ears like this to minimize hearing loss from the loud clap of the thunder. Do not touch conductors. Only the balls of your feet should be touching the ground, because lightning hits the ground first and then enters the body, so this minimizes contact. Touch your heels together. This will increase the chance of going into one foot and out the other rather than through the rest of your body. After all of that, we've actually reached Andrew's opinion on climate change. But I couldn't interview her because my phone is bugged out, so Mom says the following. Climate change is frightening. That's all, folks. Thanks for listening.